Hi again. Welcome to the Spotlight on Sherburne Business. This program is sponsored by the Sherburne Business Association and also in cooperation with the Dover-Sherburne Cable TV station. We have today a very special guest who is a friend that I've gotten to know through the Sherburne Business Association, who has helped us in many ways. And she has a promotional products business. It's actually called Erica Reitmayer Promotional Products. And we will give you the address, the phone number, the fax number, the email, and web page at the end of the program. But I do want to welcome Erica, and I want to thank her for helping us get this program started. When we first started these interviews, Erica really came and was not only an observer, but she was an advisor. So whenever we did anything wrong, she would let us know. I guess the best way of telling you about Erica is to go into her product line to some degree. She's currently helping the Sherburne Business Association promoting the Summer Brewfest, which is going to be held at the Sherburne Inn on June 1st. It's going to feature many microbreweries, going to have music, and it's going to be a fun day. But Erica, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Welcome to the one that you helped to create, and it's good to have you here. I hope that these programs do familiarize the people in Sherburne and Dover with what we have in Sherburne. We have over 50 businesses, as you are well aware.
Yep.
And getting to know all the businesses is our quest. That's what we're going to do. Now, what is this with the Summer Brewfest? Can you give us some idea of what's going on?
Sure. The Brewfest is an event. It's the first year that the Business Association is putting on, and I've been helping with the logo for it. And Ed Rose and Dan Glickman came up with a concept for the logo, which I thought was a really good concept. It was some kind of text treatment, 2 beer mugs, and the Sherburne Business Association seal as part of the beer mugs. So I thought it needed kind of pulling together and it needed to be a bit stronger. And I went to my graphics person, who is Derek Yesman, and he is at daydreamdesign.com. We've been working together for years, and he's very good. And he came up with this design for the T-shirt, the posters.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. This is the first time I've ever seen this, and I saw it on paper before, and I was struck by the coloring, and it's such a wonderful design. So
yeah, I think it's very festive.
I think it's going to be very festive.
I think it will be popular.
Now, these are going to be worn by the people that are working on the Beer Fest, and hopefully they'll be out in May, probably.
Yeah, no, they're all printed. They're ready to go.
Oh, that's good. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, thank you for that and for all you do. I know that the history of your business goes back a long ways, but I know that, as we were talking about this once before, that you really started with a fairly large account at the public garden in Boston with the swan boats. Can you tell us how you got involved and how you basically started into this design program?
Well, I went to college and studied Latin and classical civilization, and I knew I wasn't going to be a scholar. So I kind of did this and that for a few years, but I'd always loved fabric and color, and I'm not an artist myself, but I felt like I had sort of a sensitivity to it. And I got very interested in screen printing, so I got a job as a screen printer myself, and I was actually pulling the squeegee, working for a company in Boston. 2 women from the museum school started. And I was there for a long time, and I screen printed, I did production management, I eventually started going to the trade shows and selling, so I really learned all the aspects of the business. And from there, I went to work actually in a toy store in Brookline, and we wanted to sell T-shirts and shorts for kids going off to camp. And coincidentally, the buyer for those T-shirts in Boston was friends with the Paget family down at the Swan Boats. The same families owned the Swan Boats these many years. So she came to us and said, can you do a T-shirt for the Swan Boats, because they were opening up a concession in the public garden. So in 1989, we designed the first T-shirts for the Swan Boats, and it's been an account of mine ever since.
Do you have any products?
Yes, I do.
Well, I'd love to see some of the products that you have down at the concession.
Okay, all right. This is not the original T-shirt, but this is a very, very popular design down there. And I think it's very strong. It's very simple, but the swans form a heart. And it's the pink and purple colors that, you know, little girls love, and some women love as well. And so it did very, very well, and we decided we really needed to develop it into some other product.
Do you just screen print, or do you embroider?
Well, we went from a screen printed T-shirt, just simple 2-color, and then we embroidered. We digitized the tape for embroidery and put it on hats. So yeah, I do everything, but screen printing and embroidery on garments and bags is probably the strongest area of my business. So we then went and did some tote bags, a little tote bag for kids or a woman that wants a little tote bag, and then a bigger version. And it prints pink and purple on natural, and then white and purple on pink. So the whole set has done very well.
Well, you've had the account since '89?
Since 1989.
What is the best seller of all those different items? Do you have any idea?
I think T-shirts.
Do you?
Yeah. It's just a basic. People love T-shirts.
People love to go back with a T-shirt from Public Garden.
Yeah.
Going from the Public Garden to one of your fascinations with classical work, we're going to shift over to the Harvard Archaeological dig at Sardis, and I want you to tell us a little bit about that.
Well, this was a very exciting project for me to work on because of my classical background. And there's an archaeological dig in Sardis, which is in Turkey, and has been going on for a number of years. I imagine that it's finished by now. But they wanted something to commemorate the dig itself, and so they gave us slides of these wonderful creatures. I think these were wall paintings. And Derek scanned the slides into his computer and redrew them as these really strong graphics, I think. And so this tote bag has this front pocket, so that was the front of the bag. And then on the back, we ran them across the back. And I think that worked very well.
Are these designs from a certain period?
Yes, and I can't tell you what period it is. I'll have to go back and do some more research.
It's a long time ago anyway.
Yeah. So then we did mugs as well, because this was a nice thing for them to hand out to people. And we did one with the boar and the goat, and another one with these great griffin creatures. So that was a fun project to work on.
Those would be fun to have, even if you didn't happen to know anything about Sardis or the archaeological.
Yeah, I think they're very strong.
They're very
I really
like
to show those.
You know, every time I look at something like this, I think that I've seen it somewhere, like the MFA. The Museum of Fine Arts has a lot of very interesting products which seem to pop out of nowhere. Do you have anything to do with any of those products?
Yes, I do. I've been fortunate to work with the MFA for a number of years as well, and I do a lot of things for exhibitions, and then I do just straight logo, you know, their box logo on a variety of things as well. I did bring a couple of things. These are from some older shows. The Ralph Lauren car show was a pretty big deal a while back, and it was a collection of his cars. So this is a photographic reproduction of, I'm not sure what kind of a car it is, but it's pretty impressive.
It is impressive.
And that was very popular at the time.
Is that a real car?
Yeah, it was part of the exhibit.
It was?
They brought all these cars right into the museum. Yeah.
That's probably a pretty expensive car.
They also did a fashion show, and sometimes we develop the artwork, and with the museum they always do everything in-house, so they just give me something that's ready to be printed. These were illustrations from Paris Vogue in the 1920s, and so they came up with this sort of triptych, and this was very popular during the exhibition, and so popular that they decided to keep it in the store for a while, so it was available in the gift shop, and I believe online as well. So I continue to do some work with them, and of course that's very exciting. I probably have 6 tote bags, and then, as I said, the logo product.
Well, that's You know, working with the MFA, I always feel as though people that have anything to do with the MFA are pretty clued in people, and I know you are. But you also have done work with other colleges besides Harvard in this area. Cambridge College was one that you had some products.
Yes, I've done a number of products for Cambridge College, and I've brought them.
Okay.
We have this cute little teddy bear
Mhm.
who's wearing a Cambridge College t-shirt, and of course I did t-shirts as well for them. They gave frames with the logo on them to graduating seniors, and so that is a frame that I did. More mugs in different shapes and sizes. This is a latte mug and an inexpensive coffee mug. One thing I really enjoyed working on is we did some silk ties for them using the college seal, and came up with these two different treatments, and I think they're both
How are
very
those
striking.
imprinted on there? How are those designs imprinted on there?
Well, these were done overseas.
Oh, they were.
So most everything I do is local, New England,
mhm.
but some of the more complicated things or smaller things, some of the mugs are done overseas. I do patches and lanyards, and of course, for college, you got to have a college pennant.
Definitely.
So that just shows you the variety there.
How about just a regular business in Sherburne? There are a lot of individuals who have small businesses. Have you done anything with them?
Yeah, I love working with the community, and I've actually done a lot of work with the community over the years. A business in town wanted an embossed leather pad folio, and they just had, I don't know if the camera can see it, but it's just a very simple but very, I think, elegant font, as that was their logo. So we did this, and then as part of it, we did a pen, which came in this nice little sleeve, and then we did Post-it notes. Everybody needs Post-it notes.
Is the pen also, does that have any kind of information?
Yeah, it's got their,
Oh, it's got their name on it.
yeah, yeah.
So you do everything, really. Is
I really
whatever's
can
needed.
do anything, yeah, and
Nothing too big, nothing too small.
that's right. That's part of the fun of it, and I love the variety of
Oh,
it.
that's great. Well, we are here sitting in the studio at Dover Sherburne Cable TV, which is at the high school. And I know you have a close association with Dover Sherburne, and you have some products that you have developed for Dover
Yes,
Sherburne,
yeah.
as well as the Dover Sherburne Raider. Could you show us that?
Yeah, we actually, well, Derek did, but I always have input. We did for the boosters. We designed the official Raider guy, as we call him, and he's very strong graphically, and it works really well. This is just another kind of coffee mug, but it works as a one color, and it works as a multicolor. The original logo, he's carrying a spear. But he can be carrying a baseball bat, hockey sticks, basketball can be at the end of his spear. So it
Very
really
flexible.
can customize to all the various teams. So
That's wonderful.
I think that's really fun. And then just some other product. We did the sophomore class one year as a fundraiser, did flip-flops. And this was an example of embroidered kind of high-end garment that the girls on the swim team created, and that was very popular.
It is.
So they,
that looks wonderful. That
Yeah.
looks very inviting. Yeah. The triathlon is part of the Sherburne scene too, and you did a T-shirt for them, I think.
yes, I did. And again, I think this logo is very strong. And they use the same design every year. They change up the colors, and of course they have to change the information. But I think it works really well. It's got, you know, the bicycler, the swimmer, and the runner, men and women. It's got all the information of the distances on for each event. And
So that usually is in September?
yes, it's always in September,
And
and
it's
it's a very
swim-
popular event. I think it raises a lot of money for the boosters.
So it's swimming a quarter of a mile, biking 14.8 miles, and running 3.2 miles.
I guess so, yeah.
All right, I haven't done that one, but that's great.
And
to
then we
it.
have all the sponsors on the
yeah.
back, so it's a great community event. It
Oh,
really
it sure
is.
is. Yeah. One of the most striking things that I've seen you do, though, is something that you did for Steve Jenks. And I know Steve, And I know the college that he is associated with, and that's Williams College. And what did you do for them?
Well, he called me up and he said, I'm heading up my 25th reunion committee for the college, and I want to do a Hawaiian shirt. And he gave me this decal, which is the Williams mascot, the purple and yellow cow, and he said, make me a Hawaiian shirt. So we decided the cow needed to be a bit friendlier, so we friendlied up the cow. And then Derek created this repeating pattern, and we had the shirt made overseas. It was about an 8-month project because we had to do a prototype. So we have this great cow surfing. We have the cow doing the hula.
That catches your eye.
Drinking exotic drinks.
Yep.
And then, of course, the hibiscus and the palm tree, which is just kind of the staple of the Hawaiian shirt.
They didn't go to Hawaii to celebrate their 25th, did they?
No, they didn't. And we did 450 of these. And men, women, and kids all over campus on that day were wearing them. And this is a picture of 3 of Steve's friends. And then, I don't know if the camera can see, but this is a picture of the gymnasium with everybody wearing their Hawaiian shirts. So that was just a lot of fun. And it was great to start with something like a decal and end up with something so substantial and fun as a Hawaiian shirt. So that was a great, great project.
Sure catches your eye. Is there anything else that you possibly might think would be important for people to know about your promotional product business?
Well, really my business is about the fact that I love to produce all this stuff, but I love working with people. So I really do anything. I've done birthday parties and bar mitzvahs. I've done work for small theater groups, school groups, that kind of thing. So, and then of course, high volume for the museum. So, no project too small or too big.
That's wonderful. Well, Erica, I really appreciate you continuing the series on Sherburne businesses, and I want to thank you also for all the help that you've given us in getting this program going. And I want to congratulate you on so many successful projects that you've had in the past. I certainly hope to avail myself of some of your artwork in the future.
Great.
So I will say goodbye to you for now.
Thank
we will
you.
see you at the next Sherburne Business Association meeting, and I hope to see many people wearing the Summer Brewfest
Me too.
t-shirt and helping out for a good cause.
Yeah.
So goodbye for now.
Thank you.
This is Dave Sorter from the Sherburne Inn, and we're signing off for tonight. We have had Erica Reitmayer with Sherburne, Erica Reitmayer Promotional Products, and it's been a pleasure getting to know her. Thank you and good evening.